Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Welcome again to another episode of Laylatul Qadr Bites with me, Brother Abdul Haleem, and Ustadh Mijanul Islam. So, Alhamdulillah, we're fast approaching near the end of Ramadan, and we have in this mini series, we first talked about the virtues of Laylatul Qadr. And then we spoke about dua and the connection to Laylatul Qadr that it has. And in our last episode, we talked about Tawbah. So inshallah, I sincerely hope that everyone has had a blessed Ramadan. They've achieved some of the goals that they've set for themselves. And now you may be thinking, okay, Ramadan is coming to an end. Everyone's getting excited about Eid. But really, what is next? Is it that we've finished Ramadan, we've ticked it off our list, and now we just go back to doing what we was doing before? Or do we try to keep that motivation of praying Salah, praying Qiyam at night, reciting more Quran, making dua, making dhikr, making istighfar, all those things? Do we stop that straight after Ramadan is finished? Or how do we continue? So inshallah, I'm going to pass over to Ustadh, and he's going to just talk to us about how to remain steadfast after Ramadan. And this is, I think, inshallah, very crucial for everyone. How do we do that? So over to you, Ustadh. Inshallah, you'll give us some golden nuggets, inshallah, on how to remain steadfast.
Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen wa la'aqibatu lil muttaqeen. والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين نبينا مولانا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. ما بعد, my dear respected brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. But even before I begin, I think Brother Haleem has dropped all of the golden and platinum nuggets, so I just touch upon that inshallah ta'ala. But as you all know, my brothers and my sisters, alhamdulillah, we are fast approaching the end of Ramadan, and I hope and we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He accepts all of our salah, all of our du'as, and all of our fast in the month of Ramadan. And now I'm sure that everyone's preparing for Eid, and everyone buying the clothes and making them samosas and everything. But one thing you have to keep in mind, my brothers and my sisters, ibadah does not come to an end. Ramadan may have come to an end. Laylatul Qadr may have come to an end. But our ibadah and our duty unto Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala never ever comes to an end. Until the day you die, it will never ever come to an end. And this is something that we always should have in our mind. That even Ramadan is gone, okay, we should never stop praying. We should never stop even fasting. And the hadith comes to my mind that man sama Ramadana thumma atba'u sittan min Shawwal wa kana kasiyam ad-dahr. That whosoever after the month of Ramadan fasts for another extra 6 days in Shawwal, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives him the same reward as though he fasted for the whole year. Subhanallah. So can you imagine? Not only is Allah letting you have Eid, but Allah saying that, look, ibadah does not stop there. You can still fast after the month of Ramadan. So this is something we should always keep in mind, that our ibadah never ever comes to an end. And this is something also to keep in mind, that whatever we've done in the month of Ramadan, try and still adapt, keeping that habit within yourself. Adapt to the habit that you've made. The most funniest, the most strange thing, and it's quite upsetting as well, that, and I've been scrolling through my social media feed, people prior to Ramadan, okay, not even prior to Ramadan, this happened last year, where in Ramadan, you see there's so much religious posts, every day they're putting quotes up, Quranic du'as up, even sisters, astaghfirullah, putting hijab on in the month of Ramadan. Alhamdulillah, it's good. However, as soon as they do the last salam on the Eid day, it's as though shaitan is waiting for them on the left-hand side. Straight after, they go out, hire cars, go do this, go to the shisha lounge, whatever they do, they go back to the haram. And you know what this is, my brothers and my sisters? Do you know what the sign that is? This is a sign that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not accept anything of yours. And it's something very, very scary. This is authentic hadith. Because one of the Sahabas asked the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam that, how do we know our ibadah is accepted? How can we know that our ibadah, our istighfar, our dua is accepted? And the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that, you know it's accepted if you don't go back to that sin. If you don't fall back into that sin. This is a sign, true acceptance, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala definitely heard you. So, if you after Ramadan, obviously I don't know about everyone's life, and I can't put you on a data system and see who's doing what. But you ask yourself and you do yourself evaluation. And this is sunnah of the Rasulullah, that every single day before you go to sleep, you have to do yourself evaluation. However, that's another topic. But if after Ramadan, you go back to your normal routine, then just know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has not accepted your ibadah. And know that it's too late. Because imagine, it's scary, but we always have to think about this. The day after Ramadan, you pass away, and you did not do no tawbah, you neglected Allah in Ramadan, you did not do salah, you did not dua. Imagine your status on the day of judgment. And again, I'm a speaker, I don't like to sugarcoat things. I would have to put it out there the way Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said it. Because we have to realize that reality has to kick in. We have to wake up and smell the coffee. That death is very, very, very close. Kullu nafsin dha'iqatul maut. Every single soul will definitely taste death. You will never hide. Try hiding under carpet. Try hiding in an island where no one is there. Death will come to you. So keep in mind, my brothers and my sisters, Ramadan has come to an end. A couple of days left, 2 or 3 days left. Our ibadah never comes to an end. You, even after Ramadan, do more Quran, do more salah, even fast the 6th fast. Why do you think, what's the wisdom behind the 6th fast? Some of the scholars say that not only is a benefit in Shawwal, but to keep the momentum going even after Ramadan. Because what happens after Ramadan, people, they're in a shock. I'm not eating, I'm not doing this. But to keep the momentum going, Allah gave you the extra 6. That's all. You still feel the vibe of Ramadan. And inshallah ta'ala, after the 6th of Shawwal, you still are doing the ibadah. And one thing I just want to put out there, you do not have to fast consecutively for 6 days. Any 6 days in the month of Shawwal. So inshallah ta'ala, keep that in mind. But going back to the topic of istiqamah, and this is called in Arabic being steadfast on something, istiqamah. So my brothers and sisters, my request to you everyone is that even after the month of Ramadan, you have to call onto Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You pray your 5 daily prayers. You make dua to Allah more than ever. More than ever, because every person goes through hardship. Every person wants success. And you don't just get success overnight. Your calamity doesn't just go overnight. You have to show Allah that you are worthy of something. You are worthy of Jannah. You are worthy of your calamity being erased from you. You are worthy of being successful in life. So this is something that's always stressed about, that even after the month of Ramadan, you are steadfast on the deen. And I'm going to echo what I've said, is that if you are going back to your old traits, if you listen to music once again, if you go back to haram, know that Allah has not accepted any of your ibadah in the month of Ramadan. So keep that in mind, my brothers and sisters. Take the most out of the remaining few days of Ramadan. Even Laylatul Qadr, if we do see Laylatul Qadr once again, inshallah ta'ala, and I ask Allah that He allows us to witness another month of Ramadan in 2021, hoping that everything comes to normal, inshallah ta'ala, and Allah makes us hope, He makes us witness Laylatul Qadr next year as well, inshallah ta'ala. Keep our parents safe, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give you the best of Eid, inshallah ta'ala, make you happy, bring happiness in your home. Barakallahu lana wa lakum wal Qur'an al-azim.
Jazakallah khairan again for that reminder, Ustadh. I think again it's an important reminder, and sometimes it is quite hard to hear, especially if you feel like, alhamdulillah, I've fasted, I've made some changes, but it's that if you haven't done ibadah in a way where you're able to continue. And I think that's where, sometimes, there's a saying, Ramadan Muslims, that they just pray during Ramadan, they fast during Ramadan, and then outside Ramadan, that's it, it's finished. And this is the hardest thing, consistency. Consistency is the key. And this is where, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, you do things, you do it in small deeds. So you don't do something which is hard for you. You don't put hardship upon yourself. So if you were not praying before and then you're just praying during Ramadan, you have to be able to continue that outside of Ramadan. So you have to be consistent. So these are the things that, inshallah, that we try to do. We don't try to fall back into the trap, because the one thing is that during Ramadan, shaitan isn't here. And it does happen literally straight after Eid, on the day of Eid even, people come out and that's it. And this year is going to be very, very different. No one's going out anywhere, really. You're not going to be able to hire out any cars. You're not going to be able to go really to anybody's house even. And this is going to be the challenge. So inshallah, maybe this year we can actually make changes. And this is for everyone, myself included. We try to make lasting changes. On the day of Eid, it's going to be a very different Eid. Eid Salah at home. That's what it's going to be for everyone, in their own homes. And some people may not even be able to go to see their parents if they're living away from their parents. So it's a different challenge. But the challenge is, it's not on the day of Eid. It's the day after Eid and the months after. How is our Salah? How is our Dua? How is our reciting of Quran? Is the Quran back on the top shelf and it hasn't come down again? And then also, as a parent, I just want to touch on that is that, during this month, our children would have seen us praying. They would have seen us picking up the Quran, reciting Quran, making dua, making dhikr, fasting. We don't want that to stop. We don't want them to not witness us doing these actions only in Ramadan. Again, charity, a thing that we normally we say it coexists with Ramadan. Outside of Ramadan, we should also give a charity. So these kind of things, we don't want our children to think that, okay, it's only meant to be during Ramadan, and outside of Ramadan, if you don't recite Quran, it's okay. If you don't pray that much, it's fine. So, we have to be a role model for our children, inshallah. So remaining steadfast, what I've taken from that is that, inshallah, we try to continue what we've done in Ramadan outside of Ramadan. The connection made to Allah, we try to maintain that connection. And the final point I just wanted to make again is what Ustadh said with regards to the 6 fasts of Shawwal. Again, it's so easy. We don't have to do those fasts 6 in a row. I remember when I was younger, we was told you have to do the 6 in a row. And that kind of, you thought, oh my gosh, how am I going to do 6 in a row? But alhamdulillah, you don't. Space it out. You've got 4 weeks. Do 2 1 week, 1 the following week, another 2, and then you've pretty much finished. And the reward is immense. You get the reward of fasting a whole year. So inshallah, we try to make those small changes in our lives outside of Ramadan. And inshallah, I hope you all have a blessed Eid. And inshallah, as Ustadh was saying, we get to see another Ramadan in 2021. And this time, inshallah, we get to pray Taraweeh in congregation. Our masjids are open. The virus has disappeared. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has united this ummah. I think this is the most important thing, is to unite this ummah as one, and that we come together as one brotherhood, inshallah. So again, just give you Eid Mubarak to everyone, inshallah. And I really hope that you had a blessed Ramadan, and may you be able to continue during this time. And again, I just want to say Jazakallah khairan for Ustadh for taking the time out to do these Laylatul Qadr bites. Again, this was kind of a last minute thing that we both decided upon, but inshallah, I hope you have benefited something from it. And I just ask for you to please make dua for Ustadh. You can see that he is a young sheikh, and we support him. We want to support him. He's one of our own in this community. And I always thank Allah that He brought him into my life. And inshallah, we continue to work together to benefit the communities. So again, remember us both in your du'as, not just him, to me also, that we can benefit you, inshallah, with our future projects on Foreign Muslim Parents Society. And Jazakallah khairan again for tuning in, and inshallah make dua for us. Hope you have a blessed Eid Mubarak, and assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.